Hey everybody, it's me, your unemployed superhero, coming at you. If you were around for my last video, the one prior to this one, um, I talked scumbags and the infiltration of scumbags into the world. Um, well, as luck would have it, this week there's been a parade of scumbags passing through the Senate floor, being confirmed for their cabinet position with the presidency. Just a never-ending line of scumbags. In fact, our Attorney General is now a man who tried to keep blacks from voting in the South. That's a scumbag. So we're going to talk about scumbags today a little bit more. I want to get off the topic, but this week, how can I? We got to delve deeper into the world of scumbaggery, which we will do today in this episode of Unemployed. Stay tuned. Cue the intro.
Live from Casa de Clark in beautiful Independence, Iowa, it's Unemployed with your host, Matt Clark. Promotional consideration paid for by the Ivanka Trump clothing line. Fuck you, Nordstrom. Now here's your host, a man who does not know the meaning of the word winkle picker. It's actually a word, look it up. Google it. Here's your host, Matt Clark.
Ratings, internet, YouTube, children of all ages, men and women at sea. It's I, your unemployed superhero, still unemployed. Desperate-ish. It's the 9th of February. Getting close to ending the second week of February, which means I'm not going to be employed this month. So, how's your month working for you? Doing good? Been a long week. I'm very tired. I'm not sleeping very well. Just a long week. It's going to be a long month. And who knows? I got no clue where things are going right at this point. I got no plans. I got nothing at this particular point in time. I got so many job feelers out there right now that I can't even. I have so many resumes in the wind right now. I'm not even sure everything I've applied for, to be quite honest with you. If it says IT in the job description anywhere, I think I've applied for it at this point. My major problem is all I know is IT. This is it, folks. This is all I am. I'm a programmer. If that. It's all I know. I have no other skills. I can't fix a car. Hang on a second here. Make that turn down number 3 for the week. Wow, how's that for an omen? I just got an email shooting me down for yet another job. I don't know. I'm out of plans, let's put it that way. I'm not sure what to go from here. This is all I know, folks. I'm a programmer by trade. All I know is IT. I can fix a computer. I can hook up a network. That's all I know. So at this point, I don't know. I don't know anymore. But that's depressing stuff. You didn't come here to be depressed. If you came here to be depressed, I feel bad for you. If you came here to be depressed, just go on a news site. That'll depress you enough. Instead, I wanted to finish, put an end to a train of thought I started on a previous video. Let me wash my glasses, clean my glasses off here. A previous video I did on Monday about scumbags. And how I'm tired of seeing scumbags win. I thought about it the other night, and I had a bit of an epiphany, and I cleaned up afterwards. Relax. I'm not a savage. I had an epiphany as we're watching all these scumbags parade past the Senate and get voted in down party lines. It occurred to me that in order for these scumbags to move on into the head scumbag's cabinet, the head scumbag, of course, molester-in-chief Donald Trump, in order for them to move on and to join the cabinet of scumbags, you have to ask yourself, well, maybe is it because that the people that are okaying them to move on are just scumbags themselves? Which, you know, if you look at Mitch McConnell, who's like a geriatric scumbag, I mean, the man's such a scumbag that really, he's got a crust, I think. He's such a scumbag. He's like the Sauron of scumbags. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, he's the Sauron. One scumbag to rule them, one scumbag to rule them all. He's a scumbag. Ted Cruz is like the Luke Skywalker of scumbags. He's there to bring balance to the scumbags. He's there to take the scumbaggery to a whole new level. Ted Cruz. The Luke Skywalker of scumbags. Ted Cruz. You got to wonder, you know, how did these scumbags get to the positions that they're at? You know, theoretically, we have a voting system in this country. Theoretically. So how did these guys... Obviously, whoever put them in to government, whoever voted for them to be in the position they're at, well, they must be scumbags too. At least they are now. If you vote for a scumbag and give the scumbag power, then you yourself, by association, are a scumbag. It's legal doctrine. It's in a book. It's called legal precedent. Look it up on the internet. So you got to think, if all these scumbags, and Elizabeth Warren said the reason the Democrats have such a hard time right now is they just don't have the votes to keep the scumbags from marching in, so to speak. And it has to be because scumbags voted people out of office, that they put scumbags in the offices. So, if the majority of people running the country now are scumbags, and theoretically the only way they could get there is for people to vote them in to the offices they hold, then logically deducting, we must be now a country of scumbags. Which explains a lot, really. I mean, think of your neighbor. Your neighbor, chances are, scumbag. Think of where you live, all right? And think of the people who live directly beside you on either side, all right? Your next door neighbors. If both of those people aren't a scumbag, chances are you are, just by guilt by association. Your next door neighbor across the street, if they're not a scumbag, it's got to be you. So yeah, we're a nation of scumbags. Not sure how to take that. It's not a good thing. I mean, but if you think about it, I mean, everybody voted for Trump's in the White House. He's going to try and cut off America from the rest of the world, alienate us from the rest of the world, keep people of different races from immigrating into the country, which, you know, the average scumbag, that's what they feel the same way too. Nation of scumbags. Something to think about. I think it's true. I really do. I think if we're going to be judgmental of the people that run the country, fundamentally speaking, we have to look back at the people that theoretically put them in office, and they got to be scumbags. So there you go. United States of America, a nation, a proud nation of scumbags. And the sad thing about it is, being scumbags, they're going to stick it right in your face. And if you question anything they do as scumbags, they're going to question your loyalty to the country, your patriotism to the country. You know, I love America. I love the freedom we used to have. I love the protection that we used to have from our government. I like the idea of America, what America used to stand for. But now I got to question if we actually stood for any of that stuff to ever begin with. Because, you know, if you look at the world the way it is, and look at America as it is, you really have to question whether or not we really are the nation we think we are. You know, people want to talk about, you know, the American dream and what America is, but you have to stop and wonder if they're just fooling themselves. And in reality, we're just living with a bunch of scumbags. Would explain a lot. It would explain a lot. It would explain why scumbags seem to always win, because in reality, that's all there is playing the game, are scumbags. You're outnumbered if you're not one. So then I got to ask myself, do I want to become a scumbag? Do I venture into those waters? Do I tread lightly onto the field of scumbaggery? I don't know. I'm not sure I can. I'm 42, going to be 43 here in June, and I don't know if I could really be a good scumbag. I'm too sarcastic, I think, to be a good scumbag. So I think good scumbags have to be sheep, have to be sheeple. You know, there's leaders, there's alpha scumbags. All right, then there's the low-level scumbags. And I think I have too much respect for human life to be an alpha scum. To be an alpha scumbag, you have to be a complete piece of crap. I mean, you have to not care about human life. You have to have you basically have to be a psychopath to really be a good alpha scumbag. I mean, look at Trump. Trump's a psychopath. That man's completely insane. He's at the very, very, very least. At the very least, he's. I'm not even sure you could put him in a category. He's so at the very least, he's a sociopath. At the very least. I mean, he has no empathy for anybody. He's totally self-absorbed. He's at least a sociopath. And you have to be at least a sociopath to be a good alpha scumbag. I mean, you have to have no conscience whatsoever to be a really good scumbag. And you gotta have a good self-worth, but you have to be willing to tread upon it. You can't have any self-dignity to be a really good, because to get your way to alpha scumbag, you got to wade your way through the loser scumbags and then suck your way up to super scumbaggery. You know what I'm saying? You got to really work your way up the ladder. And yeah, America, nation of scumbags. It's kind of sad to think about that for a minute. So what can you do? Well, not much. Not much, really. Because scumbags don't have any pride. They don't care. You're not going to talk them out of it. I guess you can just do like I do. And eat pizza rolls. Watch a lot of porn. Probably too much porn, really. Yeah, a bad amount of porn, really. And pray that some alien species comes from space and ends our species quick and painlessly. Because when you look around the world, there's a lot of scumbags around the world. It makes you wonder if the eventual evolutionary chain of humanity, and this is the, I'm not sure what this is, evolutionary curve. We'll go evolutionary curve. Because evolution's a curve. It's a curve. I don't. And the end result of the evolutionary curve is douchebags. From scumbags to douchebags. And we're on our way. Hey, if you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. That's what my grandfather always said. Well, that's today's Unemployed with your Unemployed Superhero. Wrapping up our discussion on scumbags and the future of scumbaggery in the United States of America. This is your slightly depressed, disillusioned, unemployed superhero. You have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Clark out.